Hello everyone, I'm John Eggins. This is PNG Tonight. Coming up, confirmation by health authorities today that the Zika virus is in Papua New Guinea. But officials say the immediate concern is the dengue fever outbreak in NCD and Western Province. And the ingenious design on Papua New Guinea's balloons commercialized by foreigners. There are some angry balloon makers out there. Papua New Guinea had it for some time, but we just didn't know that we had the Zika virus. Tests have confirmed this. The confirmation was revealed on PNG Tonight by Dr. Boris Palvin of the World Health Organization and Mr. Barry Roper of the Survey and Emergency Response Unit of the Health Department. But the two officials say the immediate danger is the outbreak of the dengue fever. I talked to both of them. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining PNG Tonight. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. The topic is quite an important one. It is dengue fever. Can I start with you, doctor? Give us a status of dengue fever, are we treating it? Are we controlling it? What's the situation here?
Well, dengue has actually been around in PNG for many, many years, but we have seen very few outbreaks in the past, maybe because we haven't been looking. But right now we've been aware of an outbreak of dengue that started around the beginning of November in Daru in Western Province. More recently, patients began experiencing similar symptoms in Kiunga in Western Province, and that was also tested and found to be dengue. Although interestingly, a different strain of dengue, so they're not actually brought from one place to another.
So the Daru one is different to the Kiunga one?
That's right, that's right. And then much
How
more.
How can that be?
Well, there are actually 4 main types of dengue that cause disease in humans, the dengue 1 through 4. And in the past several years, PNG has actually had types 1, 2, and 3. We haven't had 4 in a while. So the one in Daru is type 2, and the one in Kiunga is type 1.
Okay, we have it in NCD. What type is it?
We've also just recently, after the NCD Health Department was made aware of similar illness again, they've done some rapid tests that can tell us in 20-30 minutes whether someone has dengue, and those in fact have also come back positive. So we have dengue in NCD as well. We don't yet know which one it is, whether it's the same one that's in Daru, the same that's in Kiunga, or possibly a different one, because we're still waiting for the sort of more advanced tests that can tell us which one it is.
Okay, that's the tests that are being done in Goroka?
Yeah, that's right, at the Institute of Medical Research.
Okay, so are we in trouble here in the national capital where there's a mixing pot of people and dengue fever? It sends shivers through your spines when you hear it. Are we in trouble?
Well, any disease can be a threat to a person's health, and dengue has been around. We also have many other diseases that are spread by mosquitoes, as well as many other diseases. Other mosquito-borne diseases that we commonly tackle include, as I've said, dengue in the past. We've recently had an outbreak in 2012-13 of chikungunya, which is another mosquito-borne disease. That was the first time we saw it in PNG.
We got that under control?
Yes, that actually was brought under control. And of course we have malaria, and then this whole new thing that people have been talking about, Zika virus. All of those are spread by mosquitoes, and really the answer to all of them is the same. Control mosquito populations, avoid getting bitten, and you can protect yourself.
That's the only. I mean, that's the only way that I guess we can prevent it.
Well, with the exception of malaria, which has a treatment that is specific for malaria, the other ones are caused by viruses, a very different kind of germ than what causes malaria, which is a small parasite. The viruses we don't have a specific treatment for, And in the 3 cases I mentioned, we also don't have vaccines for. So yes, the only thing that we can really do is prevent ourselves from getting bitten by mosquitoes, destroy the mosquitoes, and then if we do get sick, it's very important to go to a health professional to sort out what it is that the person has, rather than just treating yourself at home with anti-malarials, which won't work.
Okay. You mentioned Zika. Do we have it in Papua New Guinea?
Well, immediately when Zika became a global matter of concern, PNG undertook to find out whether we've actually had Zika all along. And we were fortunate to have some blood samples dating back to 2014 on patients that had had fever and so on. And the Institute of Medical Research has tested those for us and actually found that we have had several positive Zika patients from several different places in the country going back as far as May 2015. So actually Zika's been here all along.
So, Doctor, you're confirming here on this program that we have Zika in Papua New Guinea?
That's right, but it's not a new thing for us. It didn't just come in from one of the other countries that has it right now in the Pacific or in South America. It's in several different places around PNG, and that already shows that it's just been around and we never saw it. We never picked up on it, because after all, it is a very mild illness in most people.
Okay, and are we in trouble with it? I guess that's the next question.
I would put Zika in probably even a lower category of things to be worried about than dengue. Dengue can actually cause a quite severe illness in some people and can even lead to death if not treated. So I would actually say that the greater concern for anyone should be dengue, although Zika itself, the reason it has become internationally a concern is, one, it's spreading in other countries that never had it before. Okay. PNG, that doesn't really fit for us. But the other thing is that there has been an association with a couple different nerve problems. One is something called Guillain-Barré syndrome. It's a type of temporary paralysis. And it comes from other diseases too, but we've seen it with Zika. And then the bigger concern really is that Zika has been associated with a kind of birth defect called microcephaly, which means small head, and it means the baby is born with a small head and can have all sorts of other development problems as a result of that, although not always.
Okay.
So,
have we had cases of that, birth defects, head small in PNG?
We haven't identified any cases of microcephaly linked to Zika. Microcephaly can be caused by many things, though, including drinking alcohol while you're pregnant, or getting infected with rubella, another virus for which we actually have a vaccine for in PNG, and not everyone has received. I would say, pregnant women in particular, sure, they need to be concerned about Zika, but there are many things that can affect the health of a pregnant woman. So pregnant women need to take especially good care of their health, really avoid getting bitten by mosquitoes for a number of reasons. Dengue is more severe in pregnant women. And also, they need to be seen regularly during their pregnancy by a health professional. That's just basic good antenatal care.
Yeah, okay. Well, Doctor, we've got in some places the wet season now, I suppose. I mean, the situation in Papua New Guinea with malaria, with Zika, with dengue, with whatever else that the mosquitoes tend to spread around. What are we in PNG right now? Do we need to do something drastically, given that these things are out there?
Well, I will hand over to my colleague to talk about what the government has done, but I would say that with mosquito-borne diseases, there's only so much that the government can do. What it really comes down to is personal responsibility for cleaning up places where mosquitoes can breed around your home. Most of the diseases we've just talked about, dengue, Zika, chikungunya, those are all spread by the same mosquito, and it's a mosquito that tends to live around the home in artificial containers, meaning things that people leave, like rubbish, tin fish cans, flower pots, water storage containers. So if you can throw it away, throw it away. If you can't throw it away, clean it out once a week and keep it covered so the mosquitoes can't get in.
Okay.
And then avoid getting bitten by mosquitoes. You know, you can't kill them all, but you can avoid getting bitten by, for example, wearing light-colored clothing, wearing insect repellents, or using mosquito coils in your home, screening your windows if you can, sleeping under a net, especially during the day, because these are day-biting mosquitoes, although obviously people can't spend their whole day under a net.
Yes. This is PNG Tonight. After the break, Barry Roper of the Health Department talks on survey and emergency response to contain dengue and Zika.